As soon as I read this comic, this is one of the comics I got for $1 for free comic book day weekend. As soon as I read this, I was like, I have to make a video on this. I have got to. Now, I just realized that the subtitle of this is Dark Mansion of Forbidden Love, which sounds like a book you would get at Walmart with Fabio or whoever the more current reference for that is. I have no clue. Frank Grillo, is he on romantic novel covers? I don't know. But this is basically a ghost story. Because, you know, when ghosts are around, you just sort of wrap a curtain around yourself and hold a candelabra. No, but I just want to state, before we get into this, I don't believe in ghosts at all. But I understand where the desire for ghosts to exist comes from. And it comes from you being incredibly boring and unimaginative. Okay, so let's get started. We see this, old mansion, a dark mansion, if you will. This red pops. I'm not mad at it. And this woman is lamenting, you know, I always told myself I would never live in a house with history. I feel like that's kind of unavoidable. But then she gives, some good-ass advice. Old houses with their own names are at the top. You know, and I gotta read the first thing for that to make any sense. Took me years to learn that the best way to protect myself was to avoid places that had known suffering. She's sort of like a medium, like a conduit. She can see ghosts. Old houses with their names are at the top of the list. Never go to a house that has a name. If it's like a blank estate and it's existed during slavery times, just probably don't even bother. Don't even. And then when you hear the name of this mansion, you'll be like, yeah, fuck that. If ghosts were real, they're in there for certain. Maybe all the ghosts in all the world, because, I mean, logistically, ghosts can't even exist. I've put a lot of time into trying to see how ghosts work. Just, the idea of it. And I feel like it's a lot of meetings where old ghosts inform new ghosts of protocol. Avoid cameras. Never do anything during the day. It's a whole comedy thing I've been working on for, a decade. And this place is called Glencourt Manor. Yeah, fuck that. And, just look at this. It's, this whole thing sort of reminds me of the movie The Haunting from, the late 90s. And that's a movie that I remember viscerally hating as a kid. That ending, oh my god. It haunts me. Heyo! So, we see this. This, fucked me up thinking about the timeline of the movie, because, I mean, we got a manor, we've got this truck over here, and I want you to pay attention to this guy right here. Pay attention. Don't look away from him. And we see that, well, this woman's name is Berenice, which, come on, man, that's not a real name. So they went to, an auction, and he's sort of an antique dealer, and I think she's getting in on that business as well. Where they just go, they look at all the stuff, you know, spooky. It's a spooky occupation to have. I mean, the devils had that job. And apparently, I mean, this woman has just moved into this mansion because her husband's, uncle or something died and left you, just straight up, just left you a manor. I know that's shit's fantasy. And we see our boy Deadman. This is the first Deadman I've ever read personally. I've watched the DNC's videos about him, but I didn't even know he existed. And we see this. I mean, the comic looks pretty alright. And you see, oh god. You kidding me? Are you kidding me? If that place doesn't have ghosts, it's got demons. Or, you know what, just a whole family just living in there that you don't even know about. God, I watched this thing about, professional athletes going bankrupt, and I think it was a 30 for 30, and they mentioned, Evander Holyfield, the boxer, had a house that had, it was ridiculous, and of course he built it from scratch, because I don't know, I guess Evander Holyfield does architecture on the side? Come on, I don't understand the desire to have, you know, I just want 30 rooms. I just want to live in a different room every day. Rich people are the worst. And we see this guy, god damn, look at that collar. That reminded me of the memes from the early 2000s where it was a guy with like a pop collar polo, and another guy had two polos, both collars popped, and people could just kept outdoing them and stuff. So of course we see that she sees him, and I think maybe he might have jizzed on her a little bit, you know, welcoming, just a little welcome to the neighborhood, you know. Am I wrong? Is that not how you welcome people in the neighborhood? My bad. So she rushes in, he's whooshing around, she can see him, and he slowly realizes, like, hey, she can see me. Huh. And this is his first time going in there. They see them walking around. She kind of is out of it because she's paying attention to the ghost man. I mean, yeah, if I see a ghost, I'm going to eagle eye him. I'm not letting him out of my damn sight. What's he up to? Oh, the ghost just wants to live alongside me for 20 years? I don't think so. He's cooking something up. And just like when I flip through this, he is drawn. I love the way he's drawn. Oh my god, like, that's like a trough he can wear around his head at all times. Just imagine, just fill it with food. He just have food all the time. And he's like drawn the best out of everything here. And I was like, that's cool. That's cool. For $1, I can respect this. I don't know why it appeals to me, but yeah. And we see this, who is ostensibly her husband. And then you're like, oh, I kind of thought they were like together. But I think there might be some, something going on here. And he's, God. She freaked out a little bit, and he says, and I wonder if you mistook that old portrait for being real. Yeah, this right here, this like 1800s oil painting, she totally confused with, you know, that green-orange skull graphics from the 90s. Like, yeah, I thought it was like a portrait that's centuries old. But, no shit. I thought it was a trapeze ghost man, but you're right, it was that. It was that. Oh, Nathan. You get me. Oh, that's why he's like, depending on the angle. So I was thinking of like those orange and green things where if you look right at it, you can't tell, but if you look this way, it's like, oh shit, there's a skull in there. That's so cool. I don't know why. I don't know why it is. And then Nathan, his head starts hurting. Well, I feel like I'm going too in-depth with this. I gotta speed this shit up. Because I think I'm just unconsciously putting off the terrible part. So he gets a headache, and we learn that he's been having headaches since they entered the house. He's some sort of writer, and he's just trying to get that book done. Yeah, I know when I'm working on a long-ass book, I move in the middle of it because somebody just gifted me a manor, and then whatever, maybe that's his process, is halfway through a book, he moves into a ghost manor so he can finish it. I don't know. This is what reminded me of The Haunting. Like, this look, it just makes me think, oh, I need to stay here with the ghost. Fuck off. You know Owen Wilson is in that movie? That's weird. That's weird. So she's seeing the ghost, blah, 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 running around. These two, the big thing is, Deadman, he's trapped. He went in there and he followed the ghost, and now he's unable to leave. And these two have some moments where they talk about the antiquing. It doesn't matter. He sees like this ghostly apparition. See, look at that. That's incredible looking art right there. And there he is there, and he's punching this sort of like amorphous ghost blob. That's a cool enemy to have. And God, I'm boring myself talking about this. Alright, so we see a flashback where the conversation is like between Bernice and this woman. It's like, I think we should break up. It's like, oh, okay, so she's bisexual, I guess. Remember that. Remember that shit. Deadman, he possesses her body and he tries to get out of the house. He can't get out of the house even when he's possessing her body. These two, they get a little cozy. It's like, hey, your husband needs a Tylenol, you slut. Sam, this guy leaves. They have this sort of, she finally acknowledges Deadman, and she freaks out about him possessing her, which, I mean, I guess rightly so. And she freaks out about being possessed, which, yeah, I get that. Says, Will you give me permission to possess you? What? That's not at the moment. That's just an aside of like, what? No! And they're talking, blah, 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 trying to figure out what's going on. Okay, now we're getting into it. Now we get to the part that, like, here, Brake's gonna be like, everyone's dead, everyone's on fire. Oh my god, who's gonna alert the families? Oh no, here comes a oil tanker. Yeah. Okay. So they go up into the attic because they're trying to find some of the old lady portrait ghost belongings, and they're gonna act like bloodhounds and sniff her out, I guess. I don't know what to do. Okay, whatever. So she says Sam would love this, which was like the black guy she was hanging out with earlier. But then Deadman hits us with one of these. If it can focus so everyone can get into this. So everyone can understand, why'd you send her away then? What the fuck? That's not even it. That's half of it. That's half of it. I just want to show, look at this shit. Okay, what? What? Come on, guys. Why'd you send her? So that's already making me be like, what the hell? Okay, I guess, guys. I mean, shit. And then she says, Sam uses they, them pronouns. Oh my god, no! Cars just keep coming. Everyone keeps getting deader. They're non-binary. Not a woman or a man. Just awesome. I should have just cut to that. I didn't even need to, like, set the scene for what happened in this comic. But it was like, yeah, blah, blah, blah. He's trapped in a house. She can see him. They gotta solve this mystery. Whatever. Cost me $1. He's drawn impeccably, I would argue. And he just looks cool. I can spend $1 on that. But you hit me with this garbage. What the fuck? What is the point? What is the point? They're not binary, not a man or a woman, just awesome. I should have been tipped off by the name Sam. I feel like anyone named Sam in media is a tomboy, which whatever, that's fine, or just straight up is wearing a fake dick. This is fucking awful. This is so useless. It's just ridiculous. They and them, those are words used in the plural sense. I don't want to hear that fucking garbage about, no, it's for gender fluid, whatever, blah, blah. Shut up, that shit is fake. You are a guy or a girl. Nobody can tell you what kind of guy or what kind of girl you can be. I mean, you've seen videos of my face in it. I'm not exactly a girly girl, but I recognize that I'm a girl, and guess what? I'm not pissed off about it. Like all these other stupid fucking people. Jesus. What was it? Not a man, not a woman, just awesome. Not a man. I gotta see that. They're non-binary. Not a woman or a man. Just awesome.